She going ham on my, she going ham on my, she going ham on my dick tonight.
Hi everyone. Welcome to my review on BTS's new song, Permission to Dance. I've never done a song review before on my channel. I have however done an album on BTS, Map of the Soul 7. Go check that out if you'd like. The reason why I'm doing a review on this song in particular is because there's a lot of discussions being made on the song. I'm sure you already know by now. But we will talk about it later. For now I want to give my personal opinion on the song and everything around it. So let's get into it. So the music video visuals real quick. I do like all of the outfits everyone wore for this music video. By far the most iconic one has to be Jungkook's look. I don't know who came up with the idea of emo cowboy for his look, but he pulls it off so well. Taehyung's red cowboy outfit is also iconic, as well as Jimin's black cowboy outfit. One thing I am confused about is, why did they film a Western cowboy MV for a song that sounds more pop-ish? That's a question for the director, but anyway. I thought this was a very cute music video. Not much else to say really. Now for the song itself. To be honest, first listen I didn't like the song very much. But I always forget that songs take time to set in for me. Now the song is definitely starting to warm up on me. However, I still definitely prefer Butter over this song, and even over Dynamite. Personally, this song isn't bad at all, but I do think it's the weakest one between Dynamite and Butter. So if I had to rank BTS's English songs, I would say Butter is currently number 1, Dynamite is number 2, and Permission to Dance is in last place. Now this doesn't mean I'm downplaying what BTS is trying to do with this song. I completely respect and support the fact that they showcased support for the disabled community in the MV. Also, ever since multiple people have said that this song gives off major High School Musical vibes, I literally can't unhear it now and I honestly love it. I think that alone legit made me like the song a bit more. Let me update that I saw the full choreography for this song and I love it so much. It's so cute. The choreo is making me like the song even more now. Goddamn you BTS with your cool and eye-catching choreos. Alright, so, there's been a lot of discussions and opinions thrown around about PTD. Obviously you have the people who love the song very much. And then you have the people who hate the song with a burning passion to the point of stopping their support for BTS. Now listen, you are 100% allowed to feel however you want to feel about this song. And even question what the hell BTS is doing at this point. I'm the believer that all opinions are valid unless they are harmful in any way. However, I feel like some of these people complaining are exposing themselves a little. There's a specific group of ARMYs that are heavily complaining and hating on not just PTD, but also Butter and Dynamite too. No need to take a guess if you already know, but for those that don't know, it's international ARMYs. Specifically the Western/American ones I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're saying that BTS has lost their authenticity, that they're losing their Korean identity? Because of them making all of these English songs all of a sudden?
What happened to them saying that they would never make an all-English song? Why did they change their minds? Oh, I know exactly why. It's because they want that ducking scammy, isn't it? Those ducking sellouts. I can't believe they're trying so hard to gain Western validation for that damn scammy.
That's what half of them are saying, which again you have the right to feel that way. The other half is discussing whether BTS is even Korean anymore. I'm not joking. Let me be a bit more clear. These non-Korean ARMYs are talking about how BTS are suddenly not Korean anymore, or Americanized because they made three English songs. Do you see what's weird about this? If you don't, I'll explain. They have a huge issue with BTS making English songs, period, because that Asian fetishization gaze goes away temporarily. Me and many others are confident in saying this because no one ever complained about BTS making Japanese songs. And since it seems to be only Western ARMYs expressing this extreme hatred for their English songs, it's hard not to put two and two together. Again, it is okay to dislike those songs if they're not your cup of tea. But if BTS and Korean plus English songs equals not Korean enough for me anymore, that tells me that you only like BTS for their pretty Korean facial features and nothing else. Their Korean music, with a splash of English thrown in there, was just a bonus, I guess. Okay, let me quickly try to talk about D'Angelo Wallace because I'm a viewer of his. He made a tweet about BTS's song PTD, and as you guessed, ARMYs were not happy about it. He announced on his community tab that he was making an opinionated video on a certain pop song. He didn't say exactly what in the post, but people assumed it was about PTD. He posted his video and I watched because I was very curious about what he was gonna say. He made many great points in that video personally. I know there's a lot of ARMYs on Twitter that refuse to watch his video because they don't want to give him a view, and that's fine. However, to the people who did watch his video and literally tried to twist his words to make everyone believe that he said microaggressions towards BTS is really gross. He never ever said anything that was microaggressive towards the guys. He just said that he couldn't understand what they were saying, and he even clarified that he knows that English is not their first language. At this point, people don't actually know what microaggression means, so they throw them around like it's nothing. Again, that is gross. He did also say at some point that the part where everyone takes off their masks when they were wearing them for most of the MV could be seen as an advertisement for to people who don't know anything about BTS. Yeah, that one was a pretty far reach, not sure where that came from. I don't agree with that one at all. Anyways, please do not spread misinformation about people to fit your narrative just because you don't like them, thank you. I'll end my review here. I actually wrote out an entirely different script before writing this one, and it was just me spewing anger from everything I was reading on Stan Twitter. It was gonna be a whole nother rant video. That script is super deleted now. I'm glad I decided not to make that video because it would have been a whole mess. I think this entire discourse around permission to dance was completely blown out of proportion, on social media anyway. I heard that a lot of people outside of Twitter and social media in general genuinely love the song, which I think is wonderful. It's gonna hit #1 on Billboard for sure. Mostly because Yoongi asked for it. What Yoongi wants, Yoongi gets. Anyways, I don't even know how to end this video, I suck at doing this. I guess I'll end it off by saying this. I hope BTS creates more English songs in the future to give this fandom a good ol' spring cleaning. I just want the people who genuinely care about them as human beings and artists a higher chance of getting tickets for their concerts. And I need to use Twitter less often. That was my song review video. See you in the next video, and please go stream Permission to Dance. Bye bye.